Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you my first impressions about the Altenew Stampwheel. This is a new product from Altenew. Full disclosure, I bought this myself. Altenew does not give me free stuff. I thought I'd give a first impression of it, and then I'll be using it more in future videos. But let's go over there and take a look. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the stamp wheel. Now it comes with three parts. It comes with the base thing, and then it has this photopolymer sheet, which is flat on one side and has a grid etched into the other side. And then it comes with this wheel, which, as you can see, has lots of different etched or printed, lines with different lengths on them. This will be very useful for doing all kinds of placements. Now they also included, when I ordered it, a little strip of these little dots. I don't know if they'll do that with all of them, but when I bought it, they were including it. This is to help you line up in case you need to know, like, okay, well, this was where I started on the bottom, so if you're going in this direction around. So if you're doing any kind of like wreath stamping, this is actually quite useful. I've done this myself, where I started with a single image, and then I moved one notch this way, restamped it in another color, moved it this way again, and restamped with another color. It's very useful for doing that. The only trick is that you have to make sure that your placement of your card is very exact. Otherwise it may not be centered, or it may be a little off in some way. They do have some templates that you can buy. I have ordered some, and I will do a video of those when I get them. Another thing about it that I'm not particularly fond of is the fact that you can't use a rubber stamp like this as easily in here. So, for example, if I put this in here, oops, this is from Simon Says stamp called Sugar Rush for Halloween. Now, I can't push this down so that it actually fits inside the frame, because this is too thick between the stamp and the cushion, whereas photopolymer stamps don't have cushion, so you can't really use them that well here. In the case of this stamp, since I mostly use this kind of stamp to do a background, that's not as big of an issue, because once I can put the card down that I want, or this cardstock that I want to stamp on, position the stamp on top of it, lift it up, and I can still, after inking it, line this up and then gently drop it down onto the cardstock and still stamp a good background image. The problem is I haven't really tried this. I managed to actually get good impressions the first time around, so I haven't tried restamping, unlike with a MISTI, where it's much easier to stamp in and out. So if you are using a lot of regular rubber stamps mounted on cling film, you may have some trouble with the stamp wheel. But I can see why Altenew did that, because Altenew doesn't produce rubber stamps. All of their stamps are on photopolymer. Now here's the main thing that I've used it for, which doesn't require the use of this thing, is the fact that I can put this down. This is just some regular cardstock, some Nina Solar White, that I have put some squeezed lemonade by Distress Oxide, or the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. And then I take a stencil. This is just a raise stencil from Altenew. And as you can see, the cardstock is not sliding off, it's not moving around. And then I can put this on top. And I can kind of eyeball it. I'm assuming that the templates, since they actually contain a 6x6, this is a 6x6 stencil and an A2 card size. They have a template for both of those card sizes, so I'm assuming I'd be able to center the cardstock and then center the stencil using those if I wanted to, but we'll get back to that some other time. And I just dropped my pad on the floor, so now you know you're getting totally unedited footage. Okay, this is Candied Apple from Distressed Oxide, and the nice thing is now I don't have to touch this. I don't have to hold this. I can hold the base, which is not going to slip because it's got wonderful stuff on the inside there. So all I have to do is start in with this, just using a regular old brush. And you see I'm not having to hold the stencil at all. The photopolymer, since it's already a little sticky, is holding that in place for me. So I don't have to hold it. I don't have to get my hands all inky. It's wonderful. I love it. It'll just take a few more seconds to completely ink this entire card using the stencil. Okay, that's it. And then the only downside here is just getting the darn thing up off it, because it's really adhered to the photopolymer. But let me just pull this off, and there you have a beautifully inked card without having to do too much. Now, of course, this ink is still kind of wet, so I don't want to smear it. But yay, that's what it does. So yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy using this tool a bit more. As I find new things to do with it, I will do videos, but as for first impression, I think it's a useful tool. Whether or not you'll find it useful is totally up to you. I do understand the price point's a little high for some card crafters, so decide decide for yourself. But I think it's a decent tool. All right, I will see you all again here real soon, and don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.